Hello and welcome to Tech Forum Online. I'm Monique Manjan. I'm the project manager for sales data and library data at BookNet. If you are new to sales data is a reporting tool that allows retailers, publishers, libraries, and other members of the book industry to access sales and inventory data from retailers across Canada. If you'd like more information on sales data, you can find us at booknetcanada.ca. For those of you who are already familiar with sales data, welcome back. We'll be going through an update on what the past year has held for sales data and what we're planning for the future. So let's get right to it. We're going to look at sales data's year in review for 2019. And we're actually going to start with what you, our users, have been up to. So over the past year, our users have run just over 338,000 reports, which adds up to over 1,350 reports per business day so far this year. If you're wondering how that compares to last year, we're up by about 70 reports per day, which is pretty impressive work. So great job, data nerds. In addition to all of these ad hoc reports being run on the sales data site, each week over 1,014 saved and scheduled reports are emailed directly to users. If you already use saved and scheduled reports, you know how handy they can be. But if you haven't, I'm going to go through a quick tutorial on how to set them up in sales data. So on every report results screen, just above your results grid on the upper right-hand side, you'll find a button that reads Save and Distribute. Clicking that button opens the Save Options menu, which is pictured on my slide here. In the first pane of the Save Options menu, you have the option to name your reports. You should give your report a name. And then you also have the option of selecting your reporting period. In most cases, I recommend using the most recent 1 week reporting period, and this gives you just the new data each week emailed to your inbox. Once you've completed the first pane of the Save Options menu, you hit Next to reach the Share tab, and then Next again to reach the Schedule tab. On the Schedule tab, you should turn the Schedule Email toggle from No to Yes, and then you should adjust your report settings as you need them. So you can choose your file type between Excel and CSV. You can change the number of rows, which is in most reports the number of titles that are being returned to you. And you can adjust your recipients as well. So aside from sending the report just to yourself, you can also email the report to some of your colleagues. This is really easy automated reporting, and it comes right to your inbox and can be a huge time saver. Over the past year, we've estimated that based on the average amount of time it takes a user to log in and run a basic report, this saves the industry over 25 hours every week or 1,300 hours per year, which is a lot of hours. That's actually 37 work weeks of saved time for the industry. In 37 weeks, you could watch 2.5 seasons of RuPaul's Drag Race if you watch them one episode a week as Mother Ru intended. Or if you're more of a binge watcher, you could watch every existing episode of Drag Race more than 8 times, all in the amount of time that automated sales reporting has saved our subscribers over the past year. I would say that that's a fairly significant amount of time. So where is all of our data coming from? We receive weekly reporting from over 167 retailers, and they have over 1,500 store locations across the country. From all of these locations, we've received reporting in the last year over 806,420 ISBNs with sales or with inventory reported in the last year. So these are what I consider the active ISBNs. They are active in the marketplace. And over 75% of these ISBNs had sales reported. The other 25% just had inventory reported. A lot of those will be forthcoming titles, which haven't yet sold at the time that I pulled data for this presentation. And over the past year, to improve our reporting capability from retailers, we've added 3 new POS integrations or point of sale integrations, allowing us to more easily receive data from retailers. So our new POS options include Vigie 3000 or Velivra, Square and Lightspeed. Our other supported POS integrations include Book Manager, WordStock, Nebraska, Shopify, and Raytex. So if you're using one of these POS systems, please get in touch with us. It is super easy for us to set up reporting from your POS. But if you are using a different POS, please never fear. We are happy to work with you to set up reporting from your POS as well. So reach out to us at salesdata@booknetcanada.ca and we can get started on the reporting process. So aside from all the time-saving scheduled reports and our improved integrations with retailers, I wanted to take some time to highlight what else is new for SalesData over the last year. The first is an improvement to our snapshot reporting period. In the multiple ISBN, market comp, and market share report, you have the option of choosing the overtime snapshot view. And this gives you the selected week, the previous week, current year to date, last year to date, and the entire last year and the entire year before that. The addition of last year to date here is really, really helpful because it allows you to see not only current year to date, but last year to date. Previously, without the last year to date, you would just see the entire full previous year. And in the months prior to, for example, the holiday purchase rush, this can mean that you're not really comparing apples to apples. So last year to date is a really powerful new option here. And to really capitalize on the power of last year to date, we've also added it as a year over year comparison option. So here you can see that we're comparing year to date 2020 over year to date 2019. And you can go back up to a decade in the market comp and market share report using this view. This is especially helpful, like I mentioned before, in the run up to the holiday season so that you're really getting apples to apples, year to date over year to date, how either your business is doing, how a certain subject or category is doing, etc. So this is a super powerful reporting option that we've added recently, and I'm hoping all of you will go check it out. Elsewhere in 2019, we added, like I mentioned before, our integrations with Square and Lightspeed. We also added a semicolon delimiter to the author contributor field. So if you're looking to use the searchable criteria option in the bestseller report or the multi-ISBN report, you can now paste in a list of authors and contributors that is semicolon delimited, and it will pull back each of those authors individually. We've updated the stock turn calculation to make it more accurate. We've also added a site alert bar. So if we have important information to share about data delays, site maintenance, or anything else that we think you need to know, you'll see it in a little bar at the top of the home screen when you log in. And we've also improved the research portal access on the homepage of SalesData. So you can direct download our latest research reports and access the research portal more easily. There is one other big thing we've been working on over the last year, and that's library circulation data reporting through our library data service. You can see here in the screenshot that library data is coming soon to be integrated with SalesData for most of our stakeholders. Our libraries have been using the library data reporting service for a few months now, but soon we will be rolling out to our other stakeholder types this spring. If you would like to learn more about library data, you can check the video notes below for a link to my colleague Hannah's presentation all about library data, or you can visit our website, booknetcanada.ca, for more information. We are so excited for all of you to get your hands on library circulation data, and we can't wait for you to check it out. So with library data on the way, we are full steam ahead on new features for 2020. Based on feedback from our stakeholders, here are a few things you can look forward to over the next year. We are looking to add some additional customization and improvements to the saved and scheduled reports. Like I mentioned before, over 1,000 of these scheduled reports go out every week, but we know that there are some reports you might not need as often as weekly. So we are looking to add monthly, quarterly, and bi-weekly delivery schedules so you can always get the report you need when you need it the most. We're also enhancing the amount of bibliographic data used in SalesData and looking at adding some additional filtering to the reports based on age range, based on the Dewey decimal number, based on the additional contributor roles that we'll be receiving in our bibliographic data. Adding some filters on these will give you more flexibility when you're putting reports together, and particularly for publishers who publish books for young readers or children's book retailers and library staff, the addition of age range and Dewey Decimal gives you a lot more options when you're trying to do searching, looking for comps, or looking for new opportunities for your store or your library collection. I mentioned the count of active ISBNs in the year earlier in this presentation, and we're looking at ways to surface the count of ISBNs in the sales data reporting as well, so that you have access to that information. We're looking to add this number currently to the market comp and market share reporting. This is really helpful if you're trying to analyze some trends. For example, if growth in a category is being driven by a handful of outlier titles, or if there's a wide breadth of available books on a subject, this count of ISBNs figure can really help you understand if there's maybe only a small number of ISBNs active in a really big category, which might mean that there's sort of a bubble happening around a particular grouping of books, or if there's just a ton of books out on a specific subject at a certain time. So we're looking forward to adding this and all of the insights that we'll be able to glean from having the count of ISBNs more readily available. If you have any questions or feedback, like all of BookNet's products, SalesData's future development is driven by your feedback. So if you have data dreams, please don't hesitate to get in touch with us. We would love to hear from you and find out how we can help make your work in 2020 and beyond even more efficient and driven by data. Thank you so much for watching. And if you have any questions or concerns, please don't be afraid to reach out to us at salesdata@booknetcanada.ca.